Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we progress, I do want to share something really quick here. You see, I have deliberately... I spent a lot of time last night, and some time this morning, actual hours, polishing up the document, cross-referencing, researching, and basically doing my due diligence in updating the document. It's always a lot of work updating something like a Pokemon game, because there's a lot of gameplay under the hood to cover and review. And of course, how much it affects things, and how much it counts, and it's a whole thing. I won't bore you with the specifics. But the updated HUD here is... So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start hitting up some of these gyms, shall we? It just barely played the ball. I have to say, this is probably the best game of the Awful Block so far. It's close. I did play it. Aw. That's the joke, act. I know it's shocking, but this might actually be better than VTMD 2. Might even score better than Pokemon Gen 1. If you can believe such a thing. No, no. Damn it, game. Don't work with me. Whatever. Just see if I can catch this stupid thing. You know what? I've been thinking about doing this anyways. Let me do something here really quick. You read my mind, Giga. So let's see, we've got False Swipe, we've got Hypnosis. Well, next time Bragwin pops her face in, ask her. The answer will probably be yes. Which music, Giga Pudding? For the most part, no, actually. But thank you for sharing. I needed intensity. I needed awesomeness. And you gave me jazz. Sorry, Valerian. Congrats. Nothing's wrong with Electro Swing, and I'm glad people can enjoy that. There. Blade Duval is now level 100. Instantaneous. That I'm not 100% sure of, Giga. I don't know how bad it's going to be. Like, I don't know what I'm committing to there exactly. Oh my God. Hey, the mist went away. Yeah, I'm missing at least 2 Paradox Pokemon that I know of. Yeah, this is my level 100 catcher, Dragon Player. Which I probably don't need to explain. Okay, as I was saying, I was actually coming here to do the stupid gym, but I saw a swarm of Sylveon. I was like, why not? So let's knock over these gyms. I don't plan to do these fully legit, because if I'm being 100% honest, I kind of just want to get on with it. We'll do like a partial legit gym re-challenge. We'll see how this works. I mean, again, this is why I have a tendency to not stream Pokemon games side by side. This is an exception, and indeed is the only exception I ever plan to make for this. Oh, right. Oh, if it isn't Runner, it's been too long. Your beauty has become even more refined since the last time we met. Who taught you the art of flapping? Is my young friend all grown up now? So you're here in place of Geeta, aren't you? Just between you and me, I'm not exactly her biggest fan. That bewitching aura of hers overlaps too much with my own style. So maybe for the best she sent someone else for the job. With you, I feel like I can really give this battle all I've got. Without further ado, are you ready to pursue quintessential beauty together? Oh, that would be awful, Luke. That would actually be awful. The rush of exhilaration before a battle. Every cell in my body humming with excitement. Having a totally amazing opponent such as yourself makes the feeling even more powerful. You know what? I'm really happy now. A diamond in the rough that I helped polish is now sparkling as bright as the finest of gems. Seeing others work so hard allows me to work so hard myself and never shed a tear. Sadness is not in my vocabulary after all. The closest emotion I allow is the beauty of surprise. Allow me to teach you how to do true emotional spectrum practice. Yeah, why do they keep flapping? What is making them flap? They're solar powered. Yeah, they just flop there at night. I know, right, Act? Jesus. I don't know anybody who likes the new one. I don't even know what the new one's supposed to be. Does it even show up? Yeah, it looks like it shows up here. True. How do you tell the difference between a normal Pokemon and like a weird, insane Pokemon? What is a diamond on their head? Jeez Louise, I cannot seem to one-shot any of this. She just has way too many stats. Hang on, I'm tired of Mook not getting experience. Let's try to fix that. I'm going to check the vendor after this. I want to see something. I'm shook, and not in a good way. Unpleasant surprises are not good for my skin. Yeah, no, Mega Evolution, some real good thought and effort was put into it. The Ultra Beasts, I'll still give you something there. Yeah, the Paradox Mons are just metal or primal versions of existing mons, and that's it. And they didn't really do much with most of them. Although I'm told that there's a primal mon, which is apparently really, really good. I forget the name of it. Name is in it. And the Iron Hands one, which I actually didn't manage to catch earlier. Oh, that thing has got some stats. I mean, you know who my favorite... Fluttermane, that's it. You know who my favorite gym leader is. 100%. Now, my second favorite gym leader... Honestly, I was actually thinking of Bug Lady, too. I'd say the chef, but there's actually two chefs. In my experience, most people talented in one area or another often fade away quickly, never to be heard of again. And with all kinds of setbacks, they fall into corruption in their desperation and end up even more miserable than the mundane do. It'd be better for those people if they never had the slightest bit of talent to begin with. Don't fade away, runner. I want to see how far your talent can go. This can be a promise between us. I hope you won't break it. Least favorite? I'd say the snow dude is probably my least favorite. There was just nothing there. I like snowboarding, but I don't anymore. I guess I have to fight. Like, it was a nothing burger. It was weird. Almost all of the gym leaders have something going for them, some personality. He was just like, okay. Let's go. Another favorite is the Ghost Lady. She was cool. I mean, Larry is the best. That's a gimme. I'm really tempted to just start running around hitting, you know, Ulysses. Poison. What's that? What's that icon right there? Is that normal? What is that? Rock. Rock, lightning, grass, ground. There's a fairy. There's a flying. Water. Psychic, I think. Poison. Bug. Dragon. Yeah, when Bragwin shows up, we'll grab a few. That sounds like a good time to do that. So let's keep hitting gyms while we wait. Let's see how Baker Lady does now. Yeah, I think I'd go Larry first, obviously. I think, in hindsight, I think I'm actually going to put Ghost Lady as second. Hello there. My name is Katie. I'm the owner of the Patisserie Soapery. Oh, the new champion we're talking about. Is it actually you, sweetie? Hooray! I guessed correctly. I suppose that makes sense, though. You were strong. You look like you were enjoying yourself when you tried my sweet treats, too. People like that always have great potential. So you're here on an errand for the top champion, are you? Completely forgotten she was supposed to be going around for inspections. Thankfully, I just happened to be here today to give cakes to my staff. Whew, lucky me. Yeah, speaking of people with 2 jobs. Second. Sorry. I remember your olive rolling prowess very well. It's such vigor. Almost as if you terrestrialized into a fighting type yourself. Hell, I wouldn't mind looking like her, Giga. Better than this. Although I'd have to, like, not have my webcam on while I stream, but, you know, whatever. Aw, sponge cake. I feel sad for my sweet little bugs, though, since that means they quite often lose their battles. But opportunities like this get me excited because I can finally show my true skill. Allow me to knead you into submission. Don't expect me to be sweet today, and don't cry when you taste bitter defeat. Okay. Goodbye. Yeah, I'd have to set up some kind of, like, what do you call it? The live avatar thing, which I can't think of the freaking name of. Here's the real question. Do you think I could get more viewers or less? VTube, that's it. Virtual. My virtual avatar. Hololive is a company, and I don't know much about them. But I wouldn't network up. That's a terrible idea. Oh, wow. There was one thing I didn't like about the outro, which was the very slow, very boring last dungeon. Other than that, yeah, I had no complaints. Well, one complaint. So, excuse me, 2 complaints. I would say, story-wise, it's the best outro I've ever seen in a Pokemon game. Now, low bar. It's still true. All of Pokemon that I have played, but I was just thinking of the main lines. Perseverance is important for bug types. It's time to leap towards victory. Show me your new form as if it was a bug emerging from its cocoon. I like how all of them have their animations with the terror. The Gen 5 still probably wins overall. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Since I have reviewed the black and white one. I see you've emerged from your chrysalis and become a beautiful new you. Oh, hi, Noctis. That's quite the battle. I must say your skill rivals even that of La Primera. I have beaten La Primera. I don't want to hear that. Why is La Primera? Whatever. How sweet it is to battle without holding back, even if I end up losing. Beginning to think that I'm going too soft on people, it may be no good for either party. My culinary teacher, Mr. Kofu, did tell me to put more of myself into my baking, after all. I may try conducting my battles in my own style from now. If trainers complain that Cortando Gym is just something more difficult, I'll just tell them not all pastries are sweet. But, like, they're pastries. They must be sweet. Yes, I know, they're savory pastries. But really, are those really pastries? I don't know if I'd say the worst, but she is just a giant pile of nothing. Like, it sounds like they were trying to go with, you know, an older version of Nemona, but without any of the actual, like, charm or earnestness or any of the decency that made, you know, made Nemona actually work. Right. Trade. Trade? Yeah, exactly, Moog. Informed attributes and all that. Like how Lance was better than her. He wasn't anything until Gen 2. We'll send you Lord Harrowmont. No. Actually don't have much for trading. But I do have something set here. So this is a Primal Misdreavus, huh? It has similar features to a ghostly pterosaur that was covered in Paranormal Magazine. The two have little else in common. Interesting. Ghost Fairy with Fairy Terastalizing. Thank you, first and foremost. I realized earlier that I was, I'm totally willing to trade with people to get people their exclusives, but then I realized I'm not sure anybody needs any exclusives from Violet at this point. If anybody does, I'll be more than happy to go and catch something to trade out. Let's rotate you in for Misdreavus for a moment. See how that feels. I mean, future. Easy answer there. I'll only have a couple in my actual party. I got the Iron Bundle. And I thought I got another one. I swore I got another one. Well, anyway, so far my favorites are the Gallade / Gardevoir combo, which got an immediate reaction out of me first time I saw it. Just like, oh, okay. And the Tyranitar. Let's do this gym next. What do we got here? Nothing super fancy. We have Psybeam. Power Gem, Mystical Fire, Shadow Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. That's actually a pretty decent spread right there. Hold on. The whole reason Professor Turo was able to actually make a robot double of himself was because he was connected to the future. How does the mother do that with the past? Volta, Veluza. You're like one of those fish Pokemon that completely changes its shape and name as it evolves. But, like, how? How does the past... Just... You lost me, game. I meet all kinds of people doing this job. I've seen people like yourself who run full speed ahead like a raging river. But plenty of people settle down like a calm lake. We older folk tend to prefer the latter, of course, but this old man finds that a bit dull. River flows into ocean, then water climbs into clouds and becomes rain. I am Kofu, the torrent, ever-changing, just like the water. I mean, no, I don't. And yes, I did give that a negative before you asked. That was the other thing I didn't like. Good ingredients don't need cover-up spices. Eh. Well, let's try this out. It's funny to me that they managed to have this really awesome, well-designed, well-built-up, well-paid-off, character-centric drama. Oh, and then also time travel. Like, on the side. Oh god, what went to all? I know. Canonically, for ever since, I want to say X and Y, the Pokemon setting has been a colossal multiverse. It's actually really stupid. For those of you not aware, this is true. The idea is that every individual player's version of the game is a separate universe in the multiverse. And it's actually been canon since ORAS, I want to say, that the Sylph Company was capable of tapping into those alternate universes, and that's one of the reasons why their technology advanced so quickly. It's really dumb. It's just the usual Japanese developer thing. Everything has to be canon, right? Even if there's no good logic or reason behind it. Seriously, that's just a thing with a lot of Japanese writers, I've noticed. It's very strange. Wugtrio was really fast. Good morning, Evo. You missed it. You missed yourself. I'm afraid now I'm fighting myself. You can see him in the back there. He's the bald guy. But it turned out really good, Evo. I don't have any counters to water. Except for Giga. I'm afraid not, Valerian. I love her. You have so much more nightmare ahead of you. I'm kidding. Gen 2 has the water temple in it. And that's all I'll say about that. I mean, they're good rematches. They're basically the same general fights they already were, just beefed up a bit in moves, and Pokemon, etc. Like, they're well designed, but I'm probably not going to give these individual positives. Like, there's nothing wrong with these fights. Yeah, this guy, Evo. See? I like his beard. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep doing them just to see if anybody really stands out. Plus, it's post-game. Abominable terrestrializing. Think outside the crab trap, I say. True, Bertolo. No, Morganite, it has not. Sometimes they do. Gen 3 had pretty solid post-game with the Battle Frontier or whatever. Gen 4's was fine. Gen 5's was a bit of a grind wall. Gen 1 arguably didn't have any. Oh, now I get Sandstorm. Yeah, Gen 1's postgame is go refight the Elite Four to grind. And go catch whatever you have. That's it. You just get to keep playing. There's no new content, really. And yes, if you want to pull an absolute... Technically, Mewtwo's Cave is the only new content in the postgame of Gen 1. The wildest currents, for better or worse, pull in everything around him and have a really wild and drastic effect on their surroundings. It makes those friends of yours who stay by your side all the more important. Youthful vigor's got my motivation flowing like a rising tide. Next time you see Miss Gita, tell our old man Kofu flowing and crashed more than ever. And don't forget to tell young friend, come back and see me again, you hear? Gen 2 had a really weird post-game. A lot of people praised it, myself included, but in hindsight it wasn't actually that good. It was just there. Okay, since this is right next to a Blissey, we should probably do this. Yeah, starting with, I want to say Gen 3, but it might have been Gen 4. They started doing the National Dex concept, where the Dex would open up with all the previous game's Pokemons as soon as you hit the post-game. You start capturing your favorites, which was an interesting choice. I think people are stupid, and I'm sick and tired of it. And that's my thoughts on the recent Prime 4 controversy. Forgive me for being harsh, but... Sorry, apparently Gen 3 did that. I know Gen 4 did that, because it irritated the piss out of me in Gen 4. There really isn't, Dakota. So do I have anyone to fight this Blissey with me? It is ground type, so I don't really have a thing for it. No rush, you got 3 minutes. There's the code. So the new Pocopia trailer actually lowered my interest in the game overall. It's probably not what their intent was, but it's definitely what happened. Don't mistake me, I'm actually still looking forward to it. I still think it's going to be good. But the trailer looked a little bit too limited. Like, it's too early to call it, and trailers suck in general, right? But it made it look like there's just going to be one island instead of multiple. And there's not going to be multiple biomes or terrains to work with, which sucks. Oh no, the post-apocalypse thing is great. Yeah, exactly. Like, they didn't show anything. They didn't show any meat. Now, I don't remember if Dragon Quest Builders 2 showed anything other than the first island when they were first showing it off. So I can't speak to that. They did hint extremely briefly at the end that there is a plot. That was the other thing. I know there's something else. There's one of the draws of Dragon Quest Builders 2 was that it had a plot. It was an RPG, right? Like, I mean, building was the gameplay, but the story was solid. There was characters, there was progression, there's themes, there's puns. Yeah, there was actually quite a bit going on there. And that was awesome. They haven't shown much in the way of story, which is arguably a good thing. You know, not spoiling the story in the trailer. Oh, absolutely, little one. 100%. Anyways, point being, I'm still likely to pick it up. I still have enough faith that it is, you know, a Pokemon Dragon Quest Builders. But it was a really weak trailer. I've said this before, I'll say this again. The art of trailer making has just died in the last 20 years. Like, it's not a new problem at all. It's just... I'm dead. We might not have a DPS for this stupid thing. He's just sitting there being a tank and healing. You know what we should do? Not that she's here, because Evo's not watching. Never mind. We shouldn't do that. I mean, this is my only level 100. Alright, Evo, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 100. Well, see, I mentioned that because Nintendo, not Game Freak, oh my god, seriously, Evo, is really good at trailers usually. A lot of the recent Nintendo trailers, I say recent, over the last, like, 10 years, Nintendo trailers have been really, really good, showcasing just enough so that you get a snippet, an idea of what they're going to be doing, how the gameplay is going to work. You know, they know what to show, when to show it, and how much of it to show, for lack of a better way to put that. This Pocopia trailer was some woman doing bad narration most of the time, and just being like, hey, this is how you do things. And I know, which is doubly frustrating because the Prime 4 trailer we watched yesterday had the exact same problem. And some idiot yammering the entire time. Yes, I understand the irony of me complaining about that. What are you talking about, Ross? Yeah, I finally sat down and cleaned up the document. That's true, but let us know. About time. Yeah, we've had games with more gameplay than this. Avant-garde. Oh, hey, it's the other Evo. You're a runner. No, you're a runner guard. It's the champion, actually. Is of no consequence. Each time I recall our artistic battle, I find myself wishing to face you once again. I'm very glad you're here. Praise Mother Nature. I planned to meet with the top champion today, but now I've cancelled the plan. Shall we talk of art? Yes, yes. What, you came to the champion instead? I can't be bothered by that. I don't care what the reason is. If we can make a masterpiece together, then fine. Are you ready? What's with these camera angles? This is what talking to Eva is like in real life. You talk to her, and the camera just goes... Behold the sight of Artisan's windmill. It catches the wind that blows across Paldea, and slowly and powerfully spins ever on. My leaping from the windmill to appear before those who dare my gin added depth to our battles. I knew you'd understand my reasoning, yes. Though I believe I can spare my legs today, as we will be able to create my greatest masterpiece yet, even if I do not alight from above. But I digress. We are both artists, are we not? We have no further use for words now. Let our collaborative work of art begin. Dude, are you coming on to me? Because I am taken. Hello. My rival is Nemona. Thank you. Aw, Lilligant. Lilligant's another of my favorites. Do you have an example of a good usage of Dutch angle? No. I'm sure, statistically speaking, there's some good Dutch angle out there somewhere. I don't know what it is. Even when it's used for its proper effect, which is to say, to show that something's wrong, it tends to just make the scene look bad. What the hell's a Zarina? Mook, go out there. There's an episode of TNG where they overuse the Dutch angle. And I remember it distinctly because it's the most recent time I've seen that. And what really stuck with me in it was that even though it was like, hey, it's a dream, woo, it just looked bad. It didn't make everything look like it was weird or off. It just made it look like someone had tilted the camera, you know? Like it was actually pulling me out of the episode. If I could use a parallel, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, we talked about this, had this thing where the camera was attached to your head while you were roaming around. And so it was really, really disorienting because the camera would just be and almost nauseatingly whenever you were in the middle of combat. Now, we debated whether that was deliberate or lazy, but either way, it took me out of it, not put me into it. And we had a brief discussion there about the nature of how you can present an FPS camera, and the player can feel more immersed as opposed to less. To use a weird parallel, this is obviously debatable based on individual preference, but I've known several people who've said that third person is preferable for driving games and flying games specifically because it makes them feel more immersed and that they feel like they are playing as the ship or car in question, right? I don't know what any of these are. What the heck is that? Anyways, what I'm trying to convey in my terrible, sickly way is that there is an art to using the camera, whether it's in a video game or whether it's in like a non-interactive fiction, like a television show or a movie, And Dutch angles usually aren't that. Dutch angles usually are just not thinking about how to use the camera, and instead of doing anything possible or good or profitable, what it does is it pushes you out of the moment. Yeah, I'm the same way, Loner. It's one of the reasons I like third person in general when it comes to something like, say, Spider-Man. I'll use another example. Spider-Man on the PS4, third person enabled me to have the equivalent of peripheral vision. I could see what was around him because the camera was way out here, right? Because in real life, we can actually see quite a ways, right? Like, we have quite a bit of vision range here, which a first-person camera cannot emulate. Pushing the camera outside of the body is the closest way we've had in games to emulate that concept. I mean, you've seen me drive around in GTA 5, right? I much prefer having the camera third person when doing that because I have more awareness of what's happening around me. Yeah, maybe a Loner, I don't know. Get one of those, like, surround things. Anyways. Oh no! I didn't see what hit me! No, I was gesturing. No, Mook! Well, Mook is once again going to defeat this Pokemon without actually being present. Mook does that a lot. Okay, Giga, just tank for a second while I get Mook back up. So Mook can at least get some experience. I don't think I did, actually, Warp Core. If there were any, I can't think of them. I know I bought my first joystick specifically for TIE Fighter. And Lord knows there's not a lot of those flight sim kind of games anyways. And no, I haven't renounced using Frostlass. You are right, though. I need to start rotating my team a little bit. Could be Warp Core. Could also just be I'm an idiot. I told you Mook killed her. That's another thing, Morganite. Being able to actually tell yourself. I mean, it's part of the cosmetic thing, right? If you put the work and effort into a cool cosmetic, you want to be able to enjoy that. Okay, it's the mushroom Pokemon. And it's dead. This work's concept is the deep-rooting nature of plants. A briar's thorns are not easily removed. Lives up to my expectations. I call it Truly Wudo Part 2. Ow. Just one shot. Okay, Giga kill. I think that's the idea, Morganite, yeah. No, or I don't think we're near that, honestly. Are leftovers in Violet? I've been meaning to ask that. Seeing you in the midst of battle, you are like a unique gradient, subtly changing hues. Riotous and yet gentle, such contrast. I lack the words to express it. My hat goes off to you. My battles with you are truly a gift. We're still doing the Dutch angles. We're doing a Dutch angle while looking at a because it's a Dutch angle, and we're looking at a... My battles with you are truly a gift. Each time I am made to remember how I felt so long ago when I first ventured into this world of ours. Almost forgot you were here for the gym inspection on Top Champion instead, correct? That is of no consequence. Report on my gym as you see fit. See, is there a Delibird here? Nope. Is there a Delibird up here? Aha! There is. Quantity, variety, quality. Chill Penguin. Put very, very simply. It's actually the exact same concept I use when reviewing any abilities in any game ever. The problem is there are so many abilities in Pokemon that, and most of them are baked in from previous generations, that in order to be fair, I more or less refuse to give individual abilities individual positives, because it's just it would wildly spiral out of control if I did that. And I would probably only have to do that per new abilities per the generation, which means each generation wouldn't actually do so well, except for the early ones, which would get an unfair advantage. It's a whole thing. I put a lot of thought into it when I was going through Pokemon Red. Thank you for the sub, Wrecker's Beard. Here, I'll just stream like this. How's this? I'll just be over here the entire time. This is really awkward and uncomfortable. But I'm gonna do it. Like 5 more minutes. See, I didn't know the different cities had different inventories. That's new to me. I'm never gonna find what I want. If you know what you want to put that towards Wrecker's Beard, do please let me know. Okay, so I can't help but notice I don't see what I'm looking for. Oh, absolutely, Chill Penguin. I have been doing a lot of cross-referencing and researching off camera. Thankfully, this is Pokemon. There is a wealth of information resources on Pokemon, so I'm not lacking in that department. If this is some random esoteric game nobody ever heard of, I'd just be screwed for reviewing it fairly. So it looks like there is no leftovers here. Oh, hang on. I do want to check one thing. Super quick. Okay. You got it, Wrecker's Beard. I will try. I will fail, but I will try. Yeah, I actually already have a Shell Bell on. Yeah, I was thinking a similar problem, Chill Penguin. Because, yeah, I have, what, 4 separate databases I could pull on for Pokemon? I've primarily been using Cerebi for things like moves, but still. I suppose that makes sense, little one. What would be a good item to give Kennex Cow? Do I have it in good right now? What could I give Kennex Cow? I feel like something as basic as a Quick Claw would work, but, like, I don't know, that feels too simple. What do y'all think? What's a good thing to put on our bird? Pumpernickel. Jesus Christ, Giga. So, everyone's favorite gym leader. The matter, your eyeballs are mine, caught in my electro web. Hello, holo, hola, ciao, bonjour. Wait, you're Gita. Yeah, duh. Say, what? You just helped a champ. You just became a champion and you're already helping out La Primera? Weren't you just during a gym test like yesterday? You're really kicking butt out there. Wait, so basically what you're telling me is that right now is the perfect time for us to collab. I can see it now. I'll be more popular than ever. Yeah. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down, friendo. Since you're going to do the inspection for Gita, I'm going to give you a show you'll never forget. I don't know about you, but I think it's about time we get down to it. Welcome to the Iono Zone. It's me, Iono. Today's guest is a brand spanking new champion, Runner, who hasn't changed his look in, like, the entire game, because he hasn't found better cosmetics yet. Supposedly there's new cosmetics in the DLC. We'll see. But for now, you've gone viral amongst the gym leaders. You're all we're talking about recently. I remember your gym test, it was like, bzzz, shocking. This stream's gonna trend like crazy. I can't wait to see those viewer numbers go up, up, up. Alright, got the camera set up just how I like it. This is a perfect usage of camera right here. This is a good camera angle. Or more accurately, it is a camera angle that is telling a story. I don't know about you all, but I'm ready to get this battle started. We'll call this stream Gym Leader Iono Battles like you've never seen before. You won't believe what happens next. I really hope not X, because that's horrific. And those aren't going to grow back. With a serious face, eyes wide open like a Magnemite, so you won't miss a thing. Goodbye. Alright, Blue Wind. Let's switch to you for a bit. You know, I should get rid of Hypnosis on him. Blue Wind, I mean. Since I have Blade Javal at 100 now, I don't really need Hypnosis anymore. You know the... okay. There's like 5 or 6 things I'd hate about being a normal streamer. But the one I'm reminded of most right now is having to constantly maintain that energy level. There's a reason most streamers don't stream for, you know, long periods of time. Like, look at her in the background. She's literally dancing while the fight's going on. After the fight's over, she's gonna have like some carbs and a nap. Probably some sugar too. Goodbye. Yeah, I didn't think so. Wow. Apparently Blade Javal. Oh, wow, Eva. That's actually kind of horrific. Just kind of, you know. It's a little horrific. Hog in the limelight, let me shine a bit. God, she's got to deal with headaches all the time, too, with how much hair she has. Damn it. Couldn't even live through one attack. Alright, whatever. I was hoping to at least get a curse off before I got a one-shot. You know, I like this little crowd chanting thing too, but imagine if it was the whole battle. It would get old extremely fast. Man, I'm not super happy about losing, but look at those viewer numbers. The Iona Zone's on a roll today. I'm in Cloud 9. I'm in Cloud 10. Having someone as popular as you on my stream is a great idea. Trending like the internet's mad at me. I'm trending like the internet is mad at me. You should collab like this regularly. Don't go appear on any other channels, though. I don't know to be you, but I'm done. Tell La Primera what a sensation it was, okay? That is a tried and true method of spiking views. It's why grifters tend to work. It's why hate watching is a thing. Hate watching and hate sharing, actually. How many of you, no judgment, by the way, I do this too, have ever seen something horrible and one of your first instincts is to share it with somebody you know? Oh my god, I can't believe this. Look at this! Reminds me of a very old sketch. Humor sketch. You ever notice how weird humans are about sharing things? You have a nice feeling like, oh man, this is so good. But when you have something terrible, you cannot help but share it as quickly as humanly possible. Yeah, exactly, Maverick. You're just out of deal saying, oh my god, this is vile. Oh, here, smell this. Let's see, so we've got Ice, Ghost, and then the last one. Let's do Ice first. Let's see if Ice is doing a little bit better. Wait, did I actually misspell it? God damn it. You can tell I'm tired. Oh god, I did. Why can't I change the name again? Yeah, that's the idea, Act. Well, I don't know what's going to happen after the refights, so we'll see, I suppose. You see this, right? It will not let me rename her again. Like, I can rename Blue Wind, but I can't rename Evo. 5 legendaries? That means I need to go catch 5 Pokemon really quick. Hang on, Darkrai. Oh no, it's a trade? But I already If I can't rename it, why can I only rename it once? That actually makes the absence of sense. If I couldn't rename it at all, that would make more sense. Yeah, that's weird. Kind of arbitrary. Strange. Now I feel really stupid because I can't actually fix the name that I already screwed up. I am sorry, Evo. I'm not going to try to defend that. No, act. I'm gonna go with Gen 8 Triaxion. Because by then, Pokemon are well and truly standardized parts of culture and society. Speaking of which, I actually have repeat balls. I should be using these. Yeah, I think that's enough. That should be enough. For right now, anyways. Alright. You ready, Darkrai? We have another wall here of Lechonk! Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then clockwise, if that makes sense. That's the code. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, 4. It's an amusing way to do it. It's also really easy to explain. It's clockwise starting from 1. Like, at a first glance, it's a nonsense code, but when you explain it that way, it makes perfect sense. No, that's clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 8, 7, 4. Oh, that's fair move. Yeah. That would be counterclockwise on numpad. I hadn't thought about that. Goodbye, I suck. That's like 3 times I've screwed up recently. Far more burlier and ferocious. Nothing is known about its ecology or other features. Lechonk. Miraidon and Koraidon. Oh. Apparently there's a primal... Oh, God, I don't remember what they're called. The 3 cat dogs. I hated trying to catch those in Gen 2 because of the running mechanic. And there wasn't a lot you could do about that in Gen 2. Nowadays, you have a couple of tools to deal with a Pokemon that runs immediately. What is going on with that poor thing's neck? Yeah, it's the giraffe thing from Horizon Zero Dawn. It's even electric, I think. So they should have made that a paradox. Or I mean electric. No, of course. I'm sure I just have to go find it somewhere. I'm guessing it's down in Area 0. Because, you know, that makes sense. So that way, if anybody needs a Miraidon, I could trade it out to them. See, we could trade with another dimension. We don't need a time machine. Interesting. That does look cool, not gonna lie. Thank you, Darkrai, for all of these. I do appreciate it. I feel really bad. Normally when we're doing a Pokemon generation, we're doing it close enough that I can at least contribute to other people, not just leech off of them to complete my decks. Ah! What this means is I need to race through the other Pokemon games so I can trade in ZA while it's still partially relevant. Might be good fate. Yeah, they replaced the cap. I don't. Nobody knows why. Nobody understands that bizarre, strange move. I just realized this now Evo Iliani instead of Evo Iliani. I feel like Sylvanas today. I cannot stop screwing up. I don't actually know, Lord Harriman. I think that's Force Awakens. Maybe. I don't know, Morganite. Well, as long as I still give good feedback. I mean, could you imagine if I was a terrible editor, too? Ah. 2019 was Rise of Skywalker. Wow. That's a bad film. I'm not willing to say that about the other two, due to controversy. The Rise of Skywalker is trash. It can be enjoyable schlock. I, in fact, enjoy that film. But it is a bad film. Huh? I recognize you. Here at the slopes? I don't recall the snow being too good today. For real? I've got something important to be dealing with in a bit, you know. Oh, I see. You're here to cover for Greta. So your dream came true. You're champion right now. You must be so happy. Oh, my bad. That sounded a lot more sarcastic than I intended. Don't get me wrong. I really think it's amazing. Just, it's complicated for me. That's all. Anyway, came to test my skills, right? Let's get this over with. And what I meant to say is, you're outside. You do focus on snowing. Okay? Now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'll start my Pokemon, and then you're gonna defeat them, okay? The weather's in your favor today. I guess the Snowy Mountains decided to be kind. These league-mandated inspections happen a few times a year. If we don't show up for the job, we'll lose our position as gym leaders. He'd always says it's a formality, but I've already had to give up on being a pro snowboarder. If she takes away the talents I still have to show, what'll be left? Yeah, this is actually the first time we've had the Nintendo Bloom issue on this game. Back to this music. You know what? Screw it. Wait all, kill him. Yeah, let's just sweep. I don't think I'm going to see much of an interest in the Ice Gym. Yeah, he's a guy. So, gender equality, yada yada yada. Let's move past that for just a second. The thing is, most games that don't sexualize tend to rely on what's referred to as something I can't remember the name of. It's alternate sexual characteristics, right? In order to try and convey gender. Usually that comes down to things like eyelashes, for example. Or sometimes it's the specific styling of the hair. Sometimes you do lipstick, stuff like that, right? Stuff that's usually associated with one gender or the other. Yeah, waist is another one. Shoulders is another thing. You know, stuff that's, none of it's erogenous. It's just things that can indicate gender in something that otherwise wouldn't have one. A perfect example of this, actually, is WALL-E, if you've ever seen that movie. In WALL-E, WALL-E himself is very boxy, and his overall body shape is actually more masculine, whereas Eve's shape is extremely curvaceous. Curvaceous feels like the wrong word, but I don't have a better word. Curved? We'll just say curved. Her body is very curved and smooth, and has a more feminine shape to it. Round works as well. Fluid? I don't know. You get my point, though. That's what you mean. That's what they tend to do. So, you see someone like this dude here, and what's one of the first things we see about him is his eyelashes. Even at a glance, he immediately scans as female, simply because of the fact that we're expecting those kind of secondary characteristics. There. See? Perfect example, right there. Bad taste, Warpcore. Oh, also, I noticed this the last time I was interacting with him. He actually has a pretty pronounced jaw, but it's hidden behind the scarf, so you don't really see it, except when the scarf pulls away for a second. Yes, Rika. Rika was in the Elite Four. She's actually another example of what I'm talking about. Pretty much nothing about her. Her basic body shape codes as female. But if you look at her hair, look at her face, look at her eyes, the rest of it is. For whatever it's worth, I actually like the fact that they're branching out in designs here. Guido must really have it out for me. Setting someone there's no way I could beat. Yeah, Blade Duval was kind of ready to crush you. Thought my passion had frozen over, but you've rekindled it for me. You're welcome. Because, yeah, Eva was correct. It is a cultural thing. I am obviously, and I don't feel the need to elaborate on this, speaking from the perspective of someone who lives in the United States and has primarily consumed U.S. culture. Yep, I've noticed the female hiker models. Actually, it was one of the first model types in the entire game that I saw, because there's one right in the open area, the tutorial area, right before you even go to the academy for the first time. And the first thing I saw was like, oh, hey, cool. Okay, let's go do Ghost really quick. There she is. This should be fun. Technically, my entire team is good for her. In that sort of rocket taggy kind of a way. If it isn't my little challenger runner. Brings you back here, baby. Finally ready for that rap battle. Hold on, you're telling me La Primera sent you to check in the gym? She sent a rookie champ instead of coming out herself. Doesn't she know who I am? Sorry, got heated there. Don't worry, though. You aren't the one who struck that nerve. Oh, well, I was just thinking I'd like to see you again anyway. Guess this is just how fate has it. It's supposed to be Bones, Eva. She is the ghost gym. Look at her shoes. Like I said earlier, she's probably my second favorite of the gym leaders. Tell you something, you have to be my age, time starts passing you by fast. Yeah, she's what, 25? But that sentimental style's not worth my while. Time to kick a rhyme and hit the flow, let's go. My spirit's burning, yearning to get this battle churning. You best be ready to begin. A little champion's coming into his own. Come on, baby, rattle me to the bone. Come on, rookie. Show me you deserve to be called a champion. I mean, I'd have so much sex with this woman, you have no idea. Okay, so... Oh, you know what we should totally do? Let's go ahead and sword dance. And Fluttermane, well, you know... Yeah, that was the joke, is that this is anime. And in anime type stuff, the old people... Like, okay. Look up Lusamine sometime. Like, literally, go do an image search for Pokemon and then Lusamine. Lusamine. And then guess the age of that woman. Or Pillage of Snow can give it away immediately. Jesus Christ, Pillage of Snow. But hang on. I've got the inverse comparison, too. Look up Cyrus. Cyrus. Seriously, look up Cyrus and tell me how old you think that guy is. Ignore the fact that X just gave it away in chat. Damn. I honestly forgot these were double battles. I forget how old Cynthia is. Yeah, it's the Asian woman never age stereotype, whatever it is. Evo, I need to make it up for you for misnaming you. Go murder some stuff, would you? Spiritomb? We don't have a canon age for Cynthia? Oh, that sucks. Damn it. I started this battle so wrong. I've been on the back foot this entire time. I'm 2 turns behind on everything. Good or bad, Lord Harriman? Okay. Let's say I really like Sword and Shield soundtrack. More than this one's, I think. Although there's some really good music in this game. But I still think I like Sword and Shield better overall. Yeah, time, actually, good one. Speed. Ah, it sucks. Okay. This is going very badly. Okay. Oh, you asshole. Running out of non-nukes here. Let's fix that. Yeah, I'm kind of in a weird place. Like, she's got a really good team here. But yeah, the fact that we're going ghost on ghost is kind of making this even more interesting than it otherwise would be. I do love me some good double battles. There's our ace. That, and for Blade Trafall. I mean, I'm gonna guess it's Ionos. Plague Default. Oh god, or Ice, yeah. Didn't think about that. Jesus Christ, Blade Ball. I was like, yeah, I got this. And then dies immediately. Man, she has taken a bite out of me. This is great. Game. If we ignore the nuke I had in the back pocket, I was just down to Blue Wind. I wasn't expecting you to rattle me that much. Got me off guard just like Shadow Snake. Sorry for calling you a rookie. Hope we good. Just want to prove the strength of ghost types to eat it, but I guess I got carried away. You're the real deal, friend. I can guarantee that. From here on out, Rhymes got your back. You don't need Vexen trainers or Hex inspectors. You just give me a call. I'll go enjoy this big wide roll to the frills. You hear me? Later, baby. Yeah, several of them do the eye things. Yeah, we have proven the strength of ghost types. Ah! See, I kind of need to heal after that because I just got my brakes beaten off. Told Dream Whisperer I'd do this. I'm out of my word. Let's see. So we still have several other things. We've got Chill Pangolin. We've got we actually have used Dragon Player quite a bit. We used Monobrint. We haven't used Vigilant yet. We haven't used Dame Celeste yet. We haven't used Valerian yet. We used Lord Harrowmont. We used Elizar. We haven't had a chance to use Shadow Machine yet. Sigh. Oh my god, Dakota, that would be horrific. Let's bring Valerian. We haven't brought Valerian for a lot. And let's swap out Mook. Mook. We've actually gotten a lot of mileage out of Mook. I didn't think we would, but Mook has been really effective. Weirdly enough. I'm going to keep Gigapudding. Gigapudding, Blue Wind, Blake Javal, and Kennex Cow are kind of crushers. Oh, okay, time to say goodbye to Evo. Release! No. I would never do that. Good night, Evo. Get some good rest. Don't end up like me. Having trouble sleeping because you keep drying up because you can't breathe through your nose. I woke up constantly last night. I just had to get up, get a drink of water, and then lay back down. Yeah, it's true. We stopped using Lord Harrowmont the moment it became a ghost. I will probably take a nap during my lunch break today. Okay. Time for the last gem. Also the best gem. Seriously, I'd kill myself. I'd just straight kill myself. Where's the... Do you mean this Delibird? Because there doesn't appear to be a Delibird in this town. I don't see one. Maybe it's down here? No. Oh, there they are. Leftovers. Some other stuff, too. Cool. Ooh, that's a good idea, Blizzard Snow. Let's do that. Honestly, yeah. Okay. Now let's go do this. Alright, Larry, how you doing? It's time for a meeting with the boss, but it seems like I got a visitor with no appointment instead. There's absolutely something she'd do. Oh no, I understand everything, I assure you. Of course, no problem. Primera is my boss, I have to do as she says, but now she's ordering around students? I see, so you're helping the boss free up some time to enter in a tournament at the academy. Well, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. I never let myself get roped in like that. Well, let's knock this task off our list, then. No use wasting time, shall we? Alright, Larry, what you got? You already faced me during the elite test, so I doubt this will leave much of an impression. In any case, let's get started, shall we? I'll be facing you in my role as a gym leader, so I'm going to use my regular team. They all belong to the normal type. Plain, average, unremarkable, run-of-the-mill. I'm pretty fond of them, you know. They suit me perfectly. I'm about as ordinary as you can get. People, Pokemon, there's no need to overcomplicate things. Nowadays people only want a shock factor, something weird, something bizarre. At the end of the day, though, nothing beats the relief of coming home, even after a fun vacation. When all's said and done, simplicity is strongest. That's a hell of a speech, actually, if you think about it. Yeah, the exact opposite of Iono. Hey, look! Did you see that? Want to change your Pokemon's Terra type? Like, right there over there. See it? See it? See it? That's funny. Probably Lord Aramon. Yep, the one place in the game that I didn't properly explore. So I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do something weird, just for Larry. I'm gonna triple sword dance. Yep, that's about what I expected to happen. About the same level, too. And we're using non-type advantage, but triple sword stance is just pushing through everything. Sorry, sword dance. Oh wow, I was expecting to get outsped there. Please, Louise. You're just plain strong, aren't you? I always output my best results when it's crunch time. That is unlikely. I'm thinking so, but you know, it's a Staraptor. Same good work as always, please. Just tie. Okay, intimidate plus outspeeding. He might actually be able to push through you. I kind of hope he does. Ooh. Right in the face. Yeah, nice hit, too. Third serving of defeat. Yes, now go on vacation, you bastard. Go on vacation right now. Eat some delicious food. Sit on a beach and do nothing for a day or 7. You're a bit too much for an average Joe like me to handle, but I think I understand now. Why I was told to use flying types when I battle as a member of the Elite Four, I mean. There's scenery you'll never notice if you stick to flat, well-trodden paths. It'll do me good to admire talent that soars as high as yours from time to time. The boss says I should do so, I'll do so. She won't catch me doing it for fun, though. In any case, I've been strictly told to cut down on my overtime hours. So I'll call it a day. Oh, Larry. Hello, I'm speaking to Champion Runner. This is Gita. How's your inspection going? Yeah, I'm done. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you. I was informed by each of the gym leaders that you stopped by to see them. I knew giving you this test was the right decision. They all seem quite happy. Now, I would like the inspection report in person. I'll do that in a second. I want to do one other thing first. Because, so I mentioned this earlier on Discord. There's a mechanic that, thanks to an absolutely wild coincidence of circumstances, I didn't even interact with. So I was roaming town looking for clues, right? While doing the original gym. Then, someone was like, oh, it's in this thing. So I was like, oh, okay. So I walked into here, right? And naturally, I talked to the first NPC I saw. Now, at a glance here, it looked like none of those other NPCs were interactable. So in my mind, I automatically pushed them out of my mind. It's like, okay, they're just window dressing, right? Like so many NPCs are in this game. If you haven't noticed... Here, hang on. So you see how they have an arrow next to them. That means I can talk to them. But... that person I can't talk to. You with me? So I assumed that none of these people were talkable. So I talked to her, or him, or whatever. And it's like, hey, here's the quiz. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm on the quiz. I wasn't ready for that because I didn't have an answer to some of the questions because this is the first person I talked to. If I could be honest for just a second, well, obviously this is my screw-up. Chat told me. If I could be honest for just a second. This is arguably bad design. What should have happened is the person who you turn in the quiz to, who automatically assumes you're here to turn in the quiz when you first talk to them, should have been moved, like, back here. Literally, like, right about here where I'm currently standing. So what should have happened then, for you know, new player experience, is you walk in the door, and you see a bunch of nobodies over there you can't interact with, and then people over here. And as you go by, you see the arrow. The arrow indicates I can actually talk to them. And then I would have talked to them immediately without even thinking about it. And then I talked to the waiter, and the waiter's like, hey, here's the quiz, right? So. Hey, Random. I'm actually feeling terrible, but thank you for asking. I'm currently in the middle of being sick. True, Blade Ball, but you get the point, right? Maybe make it so the waiter isn't the person who does the quiz, right? Just have a person in the back who's the person who does the quiz. No fever so far. Thank goodness. Hi, Elizar. And hi, other Elizar. So I've been thinking about changing my Terra types. Blade Devel being fire certainly has been working for me. Lumen being ground is fine. That's ice, sure. Giga being fighting, though. I've been debating that. Like, I don't know. Quite probably, yeah, little one. Depending on what happens when you fail the quiz. Make Giga a fairy. Or normal. I mean, you're already going to have the Fighting Ghost stab, so you don't really need bonus that. But fairy, hang on a second. What is fairy weak to? So Fairy's weak to poison and steel, which is whatever. Resists fighting, bug, and dark, which would be nice. Normal would be hysterical, because then we'd be immune to one of our things, which is ghost. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Darkrai. The thing is, Revelation Dance is such a great ghost attack at the moment. Sorry, tired of the music. How do we pull out hidden abilities, by the way? Someone mentioned it earlier, but I don't remember it right now. Special, expensive, and rare item. Great. Something to push off then for now. Hmm. So the current meta, I was just curious, is to turn Annihilate into poison, which makes it weak to ground and psychic. But that's it. It also makes it resist grass, fighting, poison, bug, and fairy. I don't know. I admit I kind of like the idea of turning it into a normal. There's something amusing about having a normal ghost type. Hmm. Screw it. Yeah, I was thinking that too, little one. It's a shame because sometimes looking at the meta can help give ideas, and sometimes it's just actively unhelpful because metas, as you just pointed out, in anything, tend to be designed against going against other metas. That's why it's called the meta. Really? Let us know which one. Fallout 3. I mean, it's very green. Sorry. Hmm. I'm just glancing around at our Blissies really quick. We have quite a few up at the moment. Including... It's like a normal one right here. Whoa! Nope, that's not it. Ah, further up. Anyone want to do another Blissey raid really quick? Let's get a little bonus experience and or Terra Shards. TCYMMQ. Kingdomona. Yep, Blissey. It's time to punch some experience out of another Blissey. Oh, I brought the wrong Pokemon. Ah, whatever. Sorry, Blake DeWalt. I thought that was... Who's Vi? I thought that was you. Oh, it's Sekla. Okay. No, you're fine. I just... We have already had an issue with this game, but also with previous games, where someone randomly just pops in and doesn't identify themselves. If you identify yourself, you're, I'm a lot more willing to be cool about it, but nobody's said anything, so... I mean, Magikarp now learns an actual attacking move. Good night, Darkrai. Thank you again. Yeah. What's really funny is it learns that move after it would evolve to Gyarados. They knew what they were doing with that. You can actually have a level 100 thingy, Mabob. Magikarp. Okay, so we've got water type. We got a flyer. Another water type. A bug? What's bug weak to? Oh, that's steel? Well, I know what steel's weak to. Hey, Revolution. Go ahead and fire it up, Giga. I'll join you in a second. Is that a normal Eevee? Hold on, 1 second. I just saw an Eevee. Oh, I hated it, random. It was awful. It was a non-stop, constant hassle, and it was painful and unpleasant every single time I did it. Unfortunately, it is a male Eevee. But I also already have a Ditto, so... Okay. Okay, sorry about the interruption there. Oh, definitely poison. 100% Ozar. I'd also accept steel. Or ghost. In fact, I take it back. Ghost, then steel, then poison. I do too, actually, Random. Usually when I'm working. I am extremely happy with how the theaters turned out. Except for Paper Mario 2, obviously, but that was more of a tech test than anything else. And Chapter 1 of FF9 is still pretty rough, but, you know. Appreciate you saying that. I've actually very seriously considered it Random. Obviously, the rewrites take priority, and that's something that's also been pushed off. But it's still something I've been thinking about. Hey, Floating Triangles. Thank you very, very much for the sub, as always. So I did find one shiny, accidentally entered a battle, and when I left the battle, the shiny was gone. It's the only shiny I've seen so far. Yeah, that hurt. It's okay. It was a Pokemon I didn't even care about. Signalis, Fire Emblem, Houses, and Homeworld. Appreciate you as always. Thank you. Well, we finished all the gyms, Kitten Fan. Now we're getting a quick bit of experience. Just a smidge of experience. So hang on, I gotta steal Blissey. I'm gonna fire up in a second here. Ain't that the truth, Random? How's your project I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about doing? Go for it, Kitten Fan. And you failed! No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I shouldn't joke about that. I don't want to discourage people from voicing discontent. Sorry. Oh, it's satisfying when it all comes together, but yeah, it is extraordinarily tedious work. I got really good at doing like 2 or 3 things at once while doing it because just editing was making my brain melt. So, Palladion, Venion, Guardion, or Shadion. Shadion I like, and I think Venion is the good one for poison. For Steel, though. I don't know. Titanion. Ooh. Baryon. I like that. Oh, it's up. No! Go away. I need to get that negative too, speaking of. Not yet, Daniel. Doing a little cleanup first. Speaking of. I mean, Leafeon says hello, little one. I actually thought about that a while ago. I think it was during the Black and White run. Might have been during the Sword and Shield one. But either way, I decided no, because shinies are... might as well not be a part of the game, is how I'm going to phrase that. I know shiny hunting is a thing, but honestly, it's insane. Even with the modern shiny odds, it is still absolutely bonkers low odds of getting a shiny. Never mind the correct shiny. It's on you, Cycloud, if you want to join. Yeah, shiny hunting is the other game. That's actually a great way to put that. That's a whole other bag of over there, right? I will say I do think it's kind of badly designed. Or perhaps not designed, might actually be the better way to phrase that. There needs to be more gameplay to shiny hunting rather than doing chains, you know what I mean? Ghost Eevee would be legit. How do you evolve it? It has to die at least once in battle. Favorite shiny evolution? I mean, honestly, melodic. It doesn't help that some of the shinies are like, ugh. Like, you ever seen Crobat's shiny? Or again, Leafeon, which is just the worst, like, objectively, the worst shiny is Leafeon. There it goes. Nintendo, figure out your netcode someday. Just do it. This is 2025. We have solved netcode. International netcode, even. Seriously, this is something that's a known thing at this point. We know how to do good netcode. Any other tempting ones? Let's see. Got a ground. Another normal. Let's do another normal really quick. So hang on. I do need to jot down some negatives really quick. I'd have to look at them, Elizar. I only know Leafeon and Espeon off the top of my head. Ah! Speaking of that negative, I was literally just giving. I'm gonna call it the roadkill negative. was weird looking. Did you see that for about a frame? Oh, that's rock. Whatever. We can still do it. Let's do it. I saw it, Elizabeth. Give me a second. You're so impatient. My God. Okay, are we all here? Yes. Okay, so of the ones I'm looking at, wow, Glaceon is another barely different. Look at that. That's terrible. So Glaceon or Leafeon are both the worst. For favorite? I mean, honestly, these all kind of suck. So, by virtue of no other choice, I'll go with Espeon. Sorry. Umbreon. Negatives. I'm going to give a second negative for writing. I guess that's fair, Kitten Fan, but like, part of the problem I had with it is it really is just thrown out as like a token, oh, by the way, kind of a thing, right? Let me use a parallel. In Spider-Man 2, the old one, there's this scene where Doc Ock casually mentions that he invented AI in order to make sure that his arms work. It's just kind of this casual thrown out there thing. Barely drives the plot. It's mostly just an excuse for him to become evil. It's just the AI start talking to him. But like, it's just, poof, and then it's there. It's a because plot, in other words. They wanted to get from point A to point B, so they because plotted. I think you're right, Giga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very cyberpunk. Okay, that's bug. Clearly, that's bug. Let's do that one. Yeah, he was properly insulated, and he had a control chip, which prevented them from, and I quote, accessing his higher brain functions. That was strange. Good evening, Utho. But that's my overall point, is in an otherwise sequence of generally really great writing, by the way, time travel. Like, that's... Huh? Now, I'm willing to back down on that if something later, like, does something with that. But as of this moment, it was just kind of a weird... Honestly, if you literally remove the time travel from it, nothing would change. The threat to the ecosystem has to do with the Pokemon that don't belong here swarming it. It's an invasive species. You could say that the Paradox Pokemon are literally just, Pokemon that have been infused with the crystals, right? See any sentient, horrible crystal power thing from every fiction ever, right? Like Tiberium or Phazon or the thing from Dragon Age I can never remember the name of. Yeah, right? Like, just have this be they're quarantining us not because there's a time machine, but because there's this frickin' crystal, which needs to be thank you, Lyrium, which needs to be prevented from spreading, right? You get the idea. If you just sort of eject the time travel, it doesn't change anything. A story that would benefit from having time travel. Eh. No. I'm gonna go with no. Off the top of my head. And while we fight this, I want to reread something several people suggested this morning. Citizen Kane. Rosebud. Guess we don't need to add time travel to Back to the Future. I sure hope not Federation Builder, but realistically speaking, no. We blew up a planet on her face, you know what I mean? Ooh. And of course a bunch of bug shards. Oh, sure, let's do it, Giga. Listen, if this setting doesn't make sense, Uthor, if I don't know the exact color of the wallpaper, how could I even properly enjoy a game? I'm obviously being a little bit facetious, but I stand by it because I'm willing to let a lot of things slide. If you ever reach a point where you have successfully pushed me out of your narrative, you have screwed up, to be very blunt. Especially considering I'm a very big believer in the concept of the conceit. Every fiction is a conceit. I'm also a firm believer in the fact that fiction should not be realistic. No, should not be. You heard me correctly there. So if you successfully pushed me out, then you have failed. Congrats! Who's Luna? I actually have no idea who Luna is. Who's Luna? Identify yourself. You have 10 seconds. Well, probably more like 30, really. Okay, so hang on. Games that completely put me out? Oh, jeez. I mean, anything in the bottom 520 of the story axis is probably something that qualifies there. Yeah, go ahead and cancel. If they're not willing to identify themselves, then there's some kind of troll. Sure, free. Although, what's your character name? Yeah, here we go. So, for example, you know, this is actually a great example of a game that completely pushes me out of the narrative. Starfield. I know. It's literally the low-hanging fruit. It's as bad as we have right now, as far as games go. And honestly, I don't anticipate that's getting surpassed anytime soon. I actually cannot give most examples of how it pushes me out without literally spoiling it. I know nobody cares about spoilers for Starfield, but I'm still not going to spoil it. But it is a great example of a game that did everything in its power to constantly make me not be immersed, to not believe it, to violate the all-important suspension of disbelief. I want to say no point in time did I believe anything was actually happening in Starfield. Cavalcade of nonsense. Even little things like visuals or doodad usage or like area design or road out or backstory or world building or the various individual plots. Like, it was just bad all the way down. It was terrible. Not right now, Larry. No. Iron Hands. Doing this thing. And yeah, exactly, Danielle. It needs to be believable. Again, suspension of disbelief is the big thing that everyone points to, and for good reason. You need to believe that that story is happening, otherwise it's failing. No, I have not, Kitten Fan. This is the first time I've seen one without me fighting one. So there's that negative, which I agree with. I don't know what Belly Drum does off the top of my head. Sure, Brigham. Assuming we have it on level. Could and should. Ah, gotcha. I think I made a mistake, Blade Tomorrow. Let me see if I can correct that. Sure, Czar, if you really want to. I may or may not answer you. Because I am, after all, pure evil. We've got poison, fire... electric... The thing is, usually I have to just go manually figure it out, Czar. So if you're like, hey, how much money would it take to fund this with the people currently there, then what I do is I pull up the sheet, right? I've got another bug here. Absolutely, it's a gimmick, Ken Fan. The difference is, a lot of people forget that gimmicks are not inherently good, or bad, or anything. They are gimmicks. I actually rather like good gimmicks in game design. See StarCraft 2 for a good example of that. Or World of Warcraft. No, a number of funders reduces the amount of priority. So hang on. Priority is how much it costs. Interest is how much is being funded on the way towards priority. I probably shouldn't just divest those into two separate terminologies, but I did because I'm stupid. So for all intents and purposes, priority and interest are the same vector. It is the consequence of... Here's the code. Mine. It is how many people have put interest towards a run and how much money has put towards a run. No, see, Iron Man 2 loses me more than Iron Man 1 does, because in Iron Man 2, he synthesizes a new element based on a scan of a layout of a freaking, like, expo that his dad invented years before. By manually adjusting... That whole scene is stupid. I'm sorry, I hate that whole scene. That loses me. Alright, now let's see if I can figure out what's wrong with this here. Yeah, he goes, science! And that's what he does. Oh. And he sciences at it for a minute. Well, if we can't agree on that point, Uthor, then we're officially done with the conversation, because we've officially run into the wall. Then again, you tend to be very anti-continuity, so I suppose that makes sense. Had to introduce a new type to Pokemon. I'll ask this question to the crowd, too. You have to introduce a new type to Pokemon. If you have. I think the obvious answer is space, but I'm curious what you all think. Azumarill just carrying over there. Jeez Louise. Oh, I prefer Terror Raids over Dynamics. Speaking of which, someone asked me for my favorite gimmick in Pokemon. Honestly, I think terrestrializing is it. Not because it's particularly fancy. In fact, I actually kind of dislike the visuals of it. But in terms of pure mechanics, it's one of the most interesting things they've done in a long time. Let's think about this for a second. It adds a new type to your stab, so you get up to 3 stabs for attack. It changes your type for defense, so you can have coverage or protection against whatever your normal weaknesses are. Or you can use it to boost an existing type in order to push your stab there. You get 1 terrestrializing basically per combat, at which point you have to go recover in order to gain that 1 charge yet, which means you get 1 terrestrialize per round, right, or per encounter. So it is a resource you can use whenever, which is relatively easy to restore, which you are still limited in its usage of, which can completely change your build variety and your strategy in combat. That's awesome, to be quite frank. Sure, we can do fighting. I'm not going to be very useful on that one. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. It's another excellent way to bring your favorites. I wasn't even talking about competitive, but yeah, from what I understand, it's been really helping the competitive scene. Whoops. I didn't even see the damn thing. And you don't have to specify that it's a 0. You may or may not have noticed there is no O. You actually cannot input an O, or an I for that matter. This is actually something a lot of codes do in order to minimize any possibility of misunderstanding. Same thing with a Z. So if you put something O-shaped, 2-shaped, or I-shaped, you know that it's a 0, a 2, or a 1. I think I agree, Blade Taval. I think you've talked me into it. Oh. The RNG negative. So we've had space, reptile, let's see. Someone mentioned star, which is space, basically. Several people mentioned sound. That's a cool idea. I like that. Someone said something immune to fairy. That could be space. Illusory? That could work. That sounds really funny to me. Okay, I looked away at chat for a second, and then I looked back, and the Blissey is dead. What the hell did I miss? Yeah, sound would be easy to bake existing Pokemon into. I can see that little one, yeah. I think Mega Charizard is Dragon type. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's a limited time event. It ends at the end of Sunday. Tomorrow. Gemini type? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Lord Hermon. Make the next Pokemon game lean really heavily into double battles, right? Right? And then add a new type, Gemini type. I know, right, Valtyrio? Just pure coincidence here. Honestly, I don't mind. Like, I know this is kind of boring, and I apologize, but this is a really good time to get a ton of experience in, because I'm probably going to want all of this in order to level up everything later. Sure, let's do another fighting. Put someone more useful up front this time. What we could do is we can make double battles the norm, Wolverale, and then, like, the unique battles could be triple. You know how, like, we have the double battle gym here? Imagine a triple battle gym. I should probably go to some of these myself. How about a dragon? Does anyone think they could take a dragon? How much do I know of Bidzier? Like, almost nothing. Ooh, I feel like yes is the answer there, Lord. I feel like double battles being, even for wild Pokemon, is the right call there. So yes, even wild Pokemon would be double. And yeah, everyone tells me about that, about Colosseum. I'll get there someday, because it's going to be on the Switch Online. And that violates my suspension of disbelief. Sorry. Like, make it a cultural thing. We can even make it part of the story. The region, the new region, whatever it is, it's a cultural thing. Every battle there is a double battle. It's just normal. And like, maybe have a visitor periodically from another country who's like, man, it's so weird getting used to having to have two Pokemon around at all times. Otherwise, I can't battle anything. You know, stuff like that. Absolutely, Warcorp. That just means you have to think about who you knock out and when. No, see, I wouldn't give you two starters. I would give you, like, a starter, and then a Pokemon who is the new type, the Gemini type, specifically designed around easing you into the double battle concept. And whatever your starter Gemini type is like pure support, right? Almost nothing but support moves. Yeah, free, something like that. Or maybe, yeah, maybe a tank to help you out with the early stuff. I don't know, there's options. There's ways we can take that. Yeah, that would work even better, Blade 12. Yeah, the health bar's like, I'm dead. Wait, I heal. Oh yeah, having like some kind of... We already have terrain in Pokemon. Making there be some kind of positioning would be nice too. Right? And have it so that some abilities or moves or Pokemon work better or differently, whether you're in the front, the back, or the sides. Like, honestly, positioning is an easy layer of complexity you could add to Pokemon, since so much of Pokemon is so close to doing that anyways. You remember back in Black and White, I think it was? When they had the triple battle stuff, or maybe it was the rotated battle stuff, and certain moves would hit like 2, so you hit these 2 over here, and then you hit these 2 over here, stuff like that. Like, that mechanic already existed. This is just expanding on it. Damn, nothing. These have not been respawning lately. I think I got lucky early on. Okay, Dragon Tank. Yeah, there's Follow Me, there's Taunt. I don't know, there's a couple of options we could use with that. Sorry, I should say this out loud. JTMGWF. Sorry. Alright, Azumarill. You got this. Yeah, you can also do a thing where, like... That's a good point, Chillbangler. You could still have the move swap, or position swappers, right? Just changes whether you're in the back line or front line or whatever. Whatever direction we take that. Oh, shoot, I forgot to bring out my Giga. Whoops. Sorry. I'm gonna be carried here. Sorry. Jesus Christ, Giga. Yeah, that was an actual one-shot. That is hysterical. Okay, hang on. Let's just keep going. Screw it, screw it. We've got a poison, a fire, and a water. If you're willing to go wild with it, you know what you could do, Lord Harriman? Okay, so poison. I will throw out... let's bring in Misspelled Evo for this, shall we? And you know what? I was going to just have Evo, like, level innately. Well, no, she's already 62. Never mind. We're good. We're good. So, oh god, I'm stuck. Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh god, I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm actually stuck. Okay, there we go. It triggered. Physics. Okay, so 831 GBC, Game Boy Color. It's a good question, Federation Builder. I don't know. So you get a 5th move slot, but you cannot put anything other than free moves in it. So each Pokemon gets 1 free move. I would probably limit that to, say, once per encounter, I think. Just to add that extra little, like, prevent people from spamming thing. And then what I would do is I would spend probably days or weeks or months sitting down and very carefully thinking about which moves would be slotted in as free moves. And then, you know, some method of teaching Pokemon free moves so you can swap them in and out. I would also probably make several free moves things that make it easier to catch Pokemon. You know, the kind of things that you won't really see in the meta. But things that would be useful in normal play. A Mewtwo. Yeah, exactly. False Swipe would be a good example of a free move, so that anyone could learn the ability to not kill your opponent. I used Gengar earlier, Elizar. That's good. Jump in. As I say, all the Switch games can trade with each other, can't they? Using the bank, but still. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen the poison terrestrializing yet. That's cool looking. Sir, I thought you had bowed out, Cyclops. Yeah, the Poison Hat's great. That actually might be my second favorite so far, behind Steel. Ooh, gotcha. Okay. That sucks. For the longest time, the trade chain existed. I forget when the trade chain ended, but I knew you could, like, trade from, you know, literally from Pokemon Red up to, you know, Silver, and then from Silver up to one of the GBAs, and from the GBAs up to the other GBA, and from that GBA up to the DS. And I forget where that chain ended. I remember that was a thing people would do, is get Gen 1 Pokemon and carry them forward by doing the trading chain. What, ended at 3? Okay. I swear it was longer than 2 hops. Yeah, because I remember people were pissed off that the bank replaced the chain. Oh yeah, poison shards. I should change Giga into a poison type. Oh, that might have been what I was thinking of then. Gen 3 to Gen 7. So fire type, huh? What do we have that can deal with fire type? The hell is this? The second one of these things I've seen. Sure, I'll pull out the Sword of the Stone. I still have no idea what those things are. The whole world's a sandwich. Oh my god, it makes so much sense. Hey, Game Geek. We're doing some Blissey raids if you would like to join. Speaking of... Oh, God. Ugh, dying. Well, at some point we'll figure out what they are, then. I'm in no rush. You can try Dream Whisperer. I mean, do it. Yeah, let's get Dream Whisperer in here. 98M R9N. Because, yeah, Giga's gonna solo this thing. She's a death machine no matter which game she's in. Oh, well, in that case, Game Geek, Cycloud, you want in? I'm going to take some pain pills, because I think pretty soon I'm going to go ahead and lay down. Because I feel terrible. It's just the crud. I'm hanging around kids a bunch more because the nieces, so that is what happens. Yeah, Valerian came in clutch with all that crafting gear they got me. Okay, we're running out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and ready up here. Oh, there's Maverick. I sure hope so, Zach Taft. Gita was like, hey. Did you know I have no personality? Sorry. You can tell I'm tired when I'm just even more stupid than usual. Did you know that I have no personality? It's true. Let me tell you about it in great detail. Jesus Christ. Hey, Sean. When you heading out for, scuba? That's actually a good point. I should bring anybody I have who can, like, buff you. I guess that would be Kennex Cow? Hang on, let me check that. There it is, helping hand. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Place air cutter with that. While we're here. Ooh, that's two good ones, Giga. Valerian has a mean setup, too. Crunch, Play Rough, Phantom Force, and Last Respects. That is mean. Doesn't have the stats to back it up, but damn. Coffin is pretty low tier. I actually used one once when I was doing a poison challenge back in Leaf Green. And yeah, it's not super impressive. Like, Muck is just better top to bottom. Thank you, by the way, for all your help here, Giga. I do appreciate it. This is really going to smooth over the catch-em-all thing. Like, think how many minutes? It's probably only minutes, but think about how many minutes each of these fights is saving. Compared to just running around and leveling the old-fashioned way. Even doing raids. Wait, no, I'm not ready. No! God damn it, I'm an idiot. Whatever. I'll fix it for the next fight. Yes, there will be a second stream. I thought about not streaming at all today. But then I tapped the inner Larry within me and realized that would be a terrible idea. By the way, who's the redhead? Is that you, Bregwin? Because I like the setup you've got for your character. Well, I brought completely the wrong Pokemon. I'm just going to sit here and be useless. I swear Eyebrows is an option somewhere. Let me see if I can find it after this fight. But first... There we go. Okay. There it is, I think. Yep, okay, so hit left D-pad and then hit plus, right? And here's your eyelashes and your eyebrows. I'll actually stick with that. Okay. I mean, Lord knows I'm under tons of stress, but I also hang out with two adorable children on a regular basis. And I don't know if you know this, but children are disease factories, and they go to school, which is where the other disease factories are. Get up the mine over here before I join yours. Yeah, like I said, it's normal. It's something that just happens. If you have a kid of your own, you will probably also be sick on a regular basis. That's life. I was thinking about that, Kitten Fan. I'm not sure what I could bring to that. I do have the ability to get one bottle cap, but I'm not sure if it's the bottle cap I want or need. Hi, Rebco. Or Reichbo. Reichbar. Oh my god. I'm terrible. Sorry. So Maverick's sitting out. A shiny Venomoth ball. Anybody up here? Flying type, huh? Okay. Yeah, I think Bragan wanted to join. But she's probably changing her eyebrows right now. Oh, there she is. Oh, new hair, too, it looks like. I have a semi-weak immune system. I always have. Never mind. I'm going to do Helping Hand on fake Momo over there. And then I'm going to keep doing that forever. And that's why. Yay, I'm contributing. I think I might not be. Egg. Okay, so catching a Miraidon. I'm going to start up my water one real quick. So catch the Miraidon. So I want it to be Terra Electric, and then use that on the raid. So I'll probably dump candies on it to push it up there. That sounds about right, Reichbar. Sorry, Y7H P66. Oh, it's a guarantee? Okay. Here's a weird question. Where is the Terra raid? Because, like, how do we counter it? All I've been seeing is these Blissies. Oh, man. Poison Hydreigon. No, I know that right part. That's not what I meant. Oh, that's right. It's a 6-star. I want to do that before it goes away, and it goes away tomorrow. No, I have not, Danielle. And there's 7-star raids? Wait. How does it have 7 moves? Interesting. I mean, I turbo want to do that fight. Problem is, I'm not sure I can contribute. I don't know if I'm physically capable of contributing. Let's just bring a dragon to it. No, hang on a sec. Let's do something. Belly drum. Ah. Oh, hey. While we're here. Dumpy. Ah. Oh, he's just hanging out right there. Well, I'm about to try and catch this one, and I don't know if I'm going to succeed. I guess I can put that away. There's no item that increases chance to catch, is there? So what do you think of the legendary?
It's slow.
Well, I've got it. The camera angle's pretty bad.
Got a mirage.
There we go.
Let me guess, it turns into a bike.
Actually, yes. How did you guess?
It looks like the Pokemon you already have.
Yeah, that I have in my party right now. But I need to capture another one. Well, first of all, so I can trade it to anybody who needs it. Second, and far more importantly, so that I can have one for the raid coming up. Raid Pokemon have 7 moves. But yeah, this is...
Are you just standing there?
Yeah. You can't do anything to that. This is my tank. Look at that. It's not very effective. Half his moves can't even hurt me.
Okay, so...
So now we switch back to the person who has hypnosis.
Hope he doesn't one-shot you before you get it off.
That is a problem. He has one move that can really hurt my delay here. That's not it. But he's going to be doing another thing. Should we all bring Malamars, Diego? Real question. I use the dumb move. We're good. We're good. That's gonna be... That's not the bad move. Come on! Sleep! Sleep! Okay. He's at 1 health. He's asleep. I'm not gonna screw around this time. We're just gonna throw Ultra Balls. Yeah, I was being cheeky. I was like, well, he's asleep. Oh my god! Oh my god, did you see that?
Yeah. He said no. He didn't even think about it.
He was just... Nah.
He wiggled in his sleep.
Hold on. Yeah, a repeat ball might actually work. Hang on, let me look up... timer ball. Because I have a couple of those too. So I'm going to get this cap out. Come on.
No.
Okay, so it caps out at 9 turns. And, oh, no, actually, excuse me. It caps out at 10 turns. We're way past 10 turns. So, let's try a timer ball.
He thought about it. He thought about it harder than he did with the Ultra Ball.
He did. I only have a couple of these.
He's thinking about it. He's also awake.
He is awake now. Yes, so I gotta sleep him again. This is the Pokemon experience right here. That's gonna kill him. That's
Why didn't you teach your tank?
Well, my tank used to have hypnosis, but then I set up this guy. He's level 100, you'll notice, with like faint false swipe and hypnosis, and I figured that would be sufficient, and I was clearly wrong. So let's go back to the tank, who is invincible to this thing.
Basically.
The next best thing to invincible. He'll run out of mana before he actually takes me down. Oh my gosh.
We're supposed to get more snow
Woohoo!
on Monday.
How about that?
Sunday. starting on Sunday, so I'm assuming it means overnight.
Yeah. You're kidding, Giga. What do you give the melodic? Okay, so don't kill my Gallade. One shot. Yeah, if he struggles, I will have failed to catch this Pokemon because he's at 1 health. What the heck does Marvel Scale do? Do you know what Marvel Scale does? I'm going to take a nap, guys. God, I said I was going to. I'm in the middle of being sick.
Yeah, I can tell. Do you need me to sit here and do this?
I mean,
You go take a nap. By the time you're done with your nap,
you might have caught him. Wait. Okay, he's asleep. He's asleep.
quick, find some wood.
This is
This is
wood.
wood.
This is wood. Okay. Timer ball. Go.
The only wood thing. Yes, this is wood. Kind of. Nope.
Jesus. The chloroform for the Pokemon or for me, Reggie?
Yes. I'll do you.
Oh my god!
I'll do you, and then I'll do him.
I hate catching legendaries. I hate catching legendaries so much. Okay, let's try a repeat ball now. It's not allowed to use on the legendaries anyways. Gumby. What? Yeah, wait, so I don't know if you even know about that mechanic, sis. Crit capture?
Yeah.
Okay.
You throw the ball real good.
Yeah, and a crit.
Yeah.
Physical damage, but like it's a special attack. Still, I kind of want that.
It's for advice.
Yeah, you can ask the Pokemon what to raise. It's weird that that's a thing, but I guess it's a thing. This seems to be the Iron Serpent mentioned in an old book. The Iron Serpent is said to have turned the land to ash with lightning.
You
Okay,
can ride it like a bike.
we got the
Aren't they supposed to say their name? Why is he saying arar? Hey, there's a cube.
I already have that. I got most of the stuff down there, but there. I should look up if the things I need are even down here, because I haven't seen them at all yet. So there's a metal Tyranitar. And then there's a metal
Go, chat, go.
Iron Hands. And I haven't seen either of them at all. I've seen everything else down here.
Diddle it.
Oh, never mind. There's the Iron Hands right there.
Hi. Oh,
Oh, God. What do I do? Quick ball. Please just work. Please just work. Thank you.
there's another one.
There is. Right there. This Pokemon shares many similarities with Iron Hands. Oh, all these Pokedex entries are dumb. I get it. It's because they're from the future or whatever. Okay, so now I'm just missing the Tyranitar. Oh, and the Iron Valiant. In a cave near the 3rd lab. Okay, so I'm near the 4th lab right now. So let's find my way out of here.
Door.
I think we've been through here. We have not. Physics. Oh, God. Terra Blast. I think it's like 3 of those we have now. Yeah, if I could change my my melodic into being useful, Giga, I do not mind. Oh, knows it is a melodic. Did I show you? Oh my God! Did I show you Giga's present to me?
No.
Give me a second. Get out of this friggin' fight.
Ooh.
Whoops. It is a shiny melodic.
Yeah. Oh, you did show me that.
Yeah, okay. It's actually from Sword and Shield. But still. Ah! Why are all the Pokemon tiny? Can't most Pokemon learn Terra Blast? Like, isn't that a point? I feel like I keep running into small Pokemon everywhere. It's very strange. Okay, can I... No, I cannot. Where the heck am I? Oh, you back. So this is a Gardevoir and a Gallade in one Pokemon. And I want it.
Gimme!
No.
Gimme!
Alright, slow mode.
Go sleep.
Oh look, we're like an inch on the water, so we've got the inflatable. Just barely. Okay, so I'm really hesitant to use any of my real moves. Although that is only 50 damage. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's only 50 damage. It'll be fine.
It was fine. I was right.
The good news is this one went to sleep right away.
Yes. Yes. Cross the map at full speed without bumping into a single mod. That is impossible. There's no way.
Because you really want it.
Yeah. Yay!
It thought about that really hard.
It really did. It was not sure.
Between.
Come back out later. So there's only one I'm missing down here that I know of. Does anyone know where the Tyranitar guy shows up? I don't know.
He said it was near the third thing.
I thought that was the guy we just got off the Iron Valiant.
Oh.
Could be wrong. Because there's the Delibirds. I want to show you these. Oh, whatever.
You did a good job. Oh, its eyes are pixelated.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's up in the cliffs area.
Okay. Okay.
Many things.
Yeah, you know what? I gave up. I can't do this. Oh no, I have to, don't I? There's no teleporter up down here, I think? Maybe? Gosh, now I'm done. Now I'm third
Just
guessing
go
myself.
up.
No!
Just go up.
No, I must constantly second guess myself. It's the only way. I don't know what's in here at this point. Other than terror, obviously. It's no teleporter. Okay. Let's see one anyways. There is, however, a place to recover.
There's notes.
I saw that, Bregman. They also failed their lawsuit over in Germany, in Munich, if you saw that.
Various research notes. That was super lore. Thank you so much for pointing out.
Yeah, okay, so I think
There's clumps of strange rocks and various research notes.
there are. Confusing equations and phrases are scribbled on the whiteboard. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
This is the most glorious of all background lore information spots. We definitely needed to go in there.
We now know that research was done in here. this guy.
Everywhere.
If you see a Tyranitar, say something. Because there's a bunch. Of course, right now nothing's spawning, but usually there's just swarms of Pokemon everywhere. Now it's just like one guy. It knew I was going to say that, and it adjusted accordingly. I have that one. I have that one.
Do you have the bird?
Yes.
Bird?
It is. It's another Iron Hands. It is way better with the Madross, absolutely. Holy crap. Okay, so, teleporter. There it is. Up to...
Research. You wanted to go... I think they said 3.
Was it 3?
It said 3 at the beginning.
No, it was 1. I'm right. So, yeah, they did a remaster of Surviving Mars, Dakota. Which is another one of those weirdest remasters ever, because that game is not that old. Oh, hello. And does not need it. I have heard bad things about it. Damn. That would have been nice. I mean, The Last of Us kind of blew open the gate on that, right? But there's no other way to put that. The Last of Us never should have gotten faster. And the fact that they did, so many people are like, oh man, we could totally do really, really low effort remasters now and charge full price for them. And they did, and they've kept doing that. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat. I never liked The Last of Us, because it's just not my thing, right? But at least it was something I could acknowledge the quality of, right? And then they rode that train right off a cliff. What's funny is I was going to go for a break about half an hour ago, but I really wanted to catch these Pokemon. I'm going to go break after I catch this guy. I mean, sure, little one. If I have any reason to. I still had to try out the lighthouse after all. Hey, there we go. Okay, I think that's everything for the moment. Let's go ahead and scooch down here so I don't forget, because I do want to do this. I don't think so, Dream Whisper. There's a bed for a Pokemon. Mischief is written on it in kids' handwriting. There's a magazine entitled O Culture. It's the May issue. Do you want to read it? Iron Hands, secretly a cyborg? This being's name comes from the one given to an iron-handed entity in the mysterious Violet book. It's said to have fists that move independent of its body and to be capable of throwing large, fast-moving vehicles. A leading theory holds that Iron Hands was once an athlete who became mortally wounded, but was kept alive by being made into a cyborg. Why it so strongly resembles Hariyama, however, remains unanswered. There's a picture book for kids. One of them tells a story about making a big sandwich. Cool. Iron Valiant. This oddity's name is borrowed from that of an object described in the Violet book. One theory holds it is in fact a robot, the product of a mad scientist's effort to create the most powerful psychic Pokemon of them all. Unfortunately, Mewtwo already exists. According to its eyewitnesses, the Iron Valiant appears similar to both Gardevoir and Gallade. It's said to be cruel enough to take its brilliantly shining blade and cut anyone down, confronting it without hesitation. God. I mean, yeah, it lost its empathy. It was no longer a psychic type. And yes, I did act. And yeah, I'm with her 100% on that. So yeah, something I haven't talked about yet because of reasons I mentioned in Discord is... how do they predate the time machine? Don't answer that. I don't want to answer that question. But don't think I didn't notice that. Okay. So now it wants me to go do the tournament, which I guess I could go do the tournament. I guess I'll put these in the spa. Make a room here. So, okay. I need to set up my melodic according to whatever you tell me to. Yes, PB Good Fate. I need to set up my melodic. I need to finish the tournament. And I need to get a bunch of Gimme Ghoul coins. First, I'm gonna go lay down.